This episode's brought to you by the Public Domain Shop, a clothing brand inspired by classic literature and film. Use the code WOLF to get 10% off your next sweatshirt purchase.
There is a seagull right there.
The seagull of doom.
We're not going to cut it. We're not going to show that seagull.
The seagull is unworthy of being shown.
No!
But it's so
Shit's
adorable.
all over the place. We don't need it.
I know, but
No,
look at it. It's so
but
like
it's not a cat.
No, it's most definitely
It's
not
a cat that bites.
And truth be told, I'm much more of a cat person than a dog guy, even though I owned a dog.
So
all
did you
my
like
life.
the cat in the movie? That's the most important thing we have to say here today.
You know, that cat reminded me of the cat in Inside Llewyn Davis, and that it was a total metaphor for him. In this case, it was Austin Butler's responsibilities. The more he neglects it, the more it gets hurt. Hence the broken arm or leg, whatever the fuck cats have.
They have paws.
Paws.
Yeah.
Broken
Paws.
paws. Thank you.
And they have paw limbs. Palims.
Palim.
I don't know, man. That 1998 version of Cats, I only saw that once when I was a kid.
What, did they say palims in that, or did I just make the word up?
No, they say dumber things than that.
I don't know. I'm Josh. How do you get dumber than that?
Well, we're about to find out.
We saw a movie!
Yes, and by the time this comes out, this will have been the second review this week because we saw this before Toxic Avenger.
Double feature of destiny. But this one was our serious movie.
Yeah, serious is one way of putting it. It definitely tries to be serious. Well,
What movie did we see? We should have established
yeah.
that.
they click the title. They know who's on the thumbnail. They know what movie it is. But to summarize the plot for Caught Stealing...
Jane's Addiction. That's all I have to say.
What?
The song Caught Stealing was stuck in my head by Jane's Addiction the entire time I was singing it.
Was it British punk rock like the
No,
rest
it's
of
like
the soundtrack?
90s grunge or something.
Okay, so like the rest of the soundtrack.
Well, they should have had more punk rock.
It takes place in 1998. There's plenty of hardcore rock references in there. I mean, every time he has his PTSD flashback, it's Rock You Like a Hurricane. They like to rock. That's the only thing that matters.
Well, the music is more like all over the place, but they use Rock You Like a Hurricane because it's a cool song, not because of the era, because that came out in 84 or 82, right on the Scorpions
I'm just realizing
album.
we've already fucked up this review.
We
2.5
did!
minutes
But
in.
that's okay. You can cut it up.
True.
What do we think of Austin? So in the movie, Austin Butler gets involved in a crime thing. What did you think? Austin Butler.
That's the short way of describing it, and I guess we shouldn't give too many plot details, because when we saw the trailers, that was really the most that we knew, and quite frankly, the most honest thing about the trailer, because when you watch it, it looks like an American knockoff of Guy Ritchie, where most of it is played up for laughs. It's got the catchy soundtrack and all the quippy one-liners that are in the movie, but in reality, it's Darren Aronofsky trying to do a gangster movie while still employing all of his storytelling beats, namely how it's a main character who is extremely psychologically troubled, makes a ton of intentionally shitty decisions that affect him and everyone else around them. Once in a while, there are some weird, distorted camera angles. Not as much as I would have liked, because sometimes that's where his fingerprints, or paw prints in this case, really shine.
His pollens.
See, what you said about not being intellectual, like, again, we're...
You got Josh on a review. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Yeah, and chances
We
are
leaned
you're
your
gonna...
phone up against a Yeti to talk about the movie Caught Stealing.
Like fucking everybody else who does a review in the car.
They have tripods.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't fit in here.
See, I actually like the cinematic style because it used used movement for all the scenes when something was happening, but it knew when to stop, and it was really cool. So it was simple for the slow moments, but it moved through the way the camera would move underneath a skid as someone's running away, and it had this sense of style. It was very clever cinematography.
There were certainly scenes that had a Hitchcockian feel towards it. Like, the first time the gangsters break into his apartment when he's out, you get that, huge wide shot of the apartment complex as he's crawling down the ladder. That kind of reminded me of Rear Window in that fashion. Because, the complex in the background looked almost verbatim like that area, don't you think? And they do the clever thing of showing the one who is being stalked and the stalker within the same frame when he's going from window to window to hide himself. That was the moment that instantly, like, got me hooked. I'm just like, okay, this is the kind of crime thriller that I'm expecting from him. And there are other moments where the less you see within it, the better. Like when he's stalking the one lady with the baseball bat, it starts off with that slow POV, cut back to him in a close-up as he's walking towards it. Like, it goes without saying, Aronofsky by this point is really good at building up a sense of dread.
This might be my favorite Aronofsky movie.
It's definitely one of the more accessible films that he's made recently.
It's the writing. For me, this script is solid through and through. There's a few things where they could add some more emotional bits and pieces, but that would slow down the movie. But the movie is smart. The movie shows, not tells, and it is purposely provocative on every minor detail. This is one of the best scripts I've seen in such a long time.
I never really got a show don't tell vibe from
Well,
this,
so for example,
especially not in the first half of this one, because let's not forget when Austin Butler and Zoë Kravitz go to bed for the first time, she gives that speech of like, you like baseball, you like drinking, you like calling your mom, and I'm just sitting there going, is that really all there is to this character so far?
Well, we learn more about the character along the way.
But it's still very expository.
So instead, the exposition is around them. The exposition is the baseball games. The exposition is the other characters talking. The exposition is not the main character saying, here's how I got here, halfway through dropping in and voiceover. The exposition is on the radio, where you hear about the crimes and he shuts it off halfway. You get a little bit of nugget, enough for the audience to fill in the gaps. It's a very smart script.
See, moments like that were definitely clever, and when it's played up for laughs, it does actually add levity towards the scene.
I didn't find the humor worked as well. I thought the humor didn't work for me, but I don't think it was meant to work. I think the humor was meant to be intentionally awkward. Like, you want it to be funny, but because of the circumstances, it can't.
I disagree.
Oh.
Go for it.
The humor worked for me.
Oh.
Just on all fronts, every single joke landed for me. And as someone who really likes awkward comedy, it's just, especially that their neighbor. There's a running gag with a neighbor that was easily the hardest I laughed because
that was a good joke. Yeah.
Out of all the times that the tone fucks with the sense of humor, that was the one time that randomly just juxtaposing it actually made everything better, to the point where there's one moment where a gangster is so fed up with Butler having to actually put up a facade that he just breaks it, opens the door, and just screams, "Fuck you, way!"
No, it's for me like the humor worked at the beginning for the neighbor, but it didn't work for the family sequence.
Well, it worked for
the meal. Doesn't work. Don't like the humor there. Did you like the humor at the family sequence?
Yeah.
Okay, like I see what this was in the trailer, but there's a sequence where Austin Butler and these two Hasidic Jewish assassins, drug dealers, I don't really know what their deal was, are having dinner at their grandmother's. Carol Kane, of all people, who speaks like 90% of her dialogue is Yiddish, which I gotta say, like, these actors put in a lot of commitment and research into it, but I shit you not, when Vincent D'Onofrio, because Vincent D'Onofrio and Liev Schreiber, who in my opinion were the best characters in this movie, when they're sitting down eating matzo ball soup, the entire joke, I shit you not, is that D'Onofrio is constantly slurping his soup, and that's the joke.
Oh, I didn't even catch that. I just didn't care that they were eating
Well, he
soup.
repeated it so many times.
But like, why did the kids randomly look in the kitchen in that scene? Like, it felt like stop for food, look at the food, cut back to the van.
Oh, they were not looking at the food. They were most definitely looking at Austin Butler.
Yeah.
I think because
it wasn't necessary.
I think because he's the outsider among the party that he instantly gets the most eyes. Especially with ladies that age who most definitely would be Austin Butler fans in real life.
Yeah, I thought Austin Butler did great. What I like about him is that every time he chooses a project, like, I don't like Elvis, but Austin Butler is incredible. And then he did that biker movie. He was absolutely fantastic in that one. And so every time he chooses a project is every few years, he does it right. He does it simply, and he nails the performance regardless of people think of the movie. If you go to this movie being like, Austin Butler sucked, I don't know what movie you're watching, because he nailed the role for exactly what he was supposed to do. And, I mean, he's friends with a cat. It's pretty great.
Actually, another stand-up performance for me was, I can't remember his name, maybe it was like Microbe, but that one Russian gangster guy.
The bald guy with the
Yes.
red spot.
The shorter one?
And his movement was so animalistic.
Yeah.
The entire
My
movie.
God, he headbutts someone while walking on all fours.
And
Yeah.
it just worked so well for me. Like, it's so unrealistic, but at the same time, like, perfect for the movie.
It's perfect for
works,
that
yeah.
character because they literally compare him to an animal with the temper tantrums that he has. But I will agree with you that this is hands down one of Austin Butler's best performances. Because, I mean, first 20 minutes, he's such a relatable guy with the way he's so laid back in his conversations with people. But, of course, the more he gets fucked up by other people and the longer he keeps fucking up his own scenario by... In any other movie would be the right decision to leave people out of this scenario for their own good. I love that this movie actually calls out that kind of behavior and points out that people will get hurt regardless of whether you do the right thing and go to the cops or actually try to play ball with the gangsters. People are going to get fucked up regardless. I mean, how many movies really emphasize that? They still make it clear sooner rather than later, which had he done that, it would have been a shorter film, possibly, because there is one twist that I did see coming a mile away.
Well, most of the stuff is predictable, but the twists are executed well if they are predictable.
They pick the right times in the
Yes.
script to reveal them. I'll give them that, because the tensest scene in this film revolves around Liev Schreiber, Austin Butler, and a cigarette lighter. Once that happened, I just sat there and went, oh, shit. And it employed a bunch of Aronofsky's usual hyper-fast editing where it keeps cutting back and forth between the actors within the car as the car just keeps moving faster because, without getting into specifics, a major secret is revealed just with the presence of this lighter and cutting back to everyone's reactions as they're either trying to hide something or calculating what their next move is going to be. It was really effective.
I just really like this movie.
It
I'm
was
a big fan.
It is a
Really
good.
good.
I didn't
haven't
wanna-
been this thrilled with their. He did Black Swan, right?
Black Swan, Mother, Requiem for a Dream.
See, Mother and Requiem for a Dream are just not something I care about. But
I
this
like Mother.
I care about.
Here's the thing. Mother as a one-time watch is fantastic.
One-time watch. You said
But
it.
if you watch it a second time, the metaphors become too obvious. The lack of character depth is... It just sucks the fun out of it. It's one of those movies where you discover it in the theater that one time, and as long as you keep it that one time in the theater, it never leaves you. Like, I still think about it a tad bit. The Whale was fine, even though like every performance,
all right.
it felt like they were on a stage being recorded as opposed to like filming the script as is. And I will say, the major similarity between The Whale and this is that Aronofsky is taking a break from the writer's room. He's letting other people do
Which is
their
an
own
improvement.
stories. And if you stick around for the end credits, you know that this is actually based off a book, and the novelist actually wrote the screenplay for this, which... I'll say this, as far as novelists turning into screenwriters, he does a better job than
It's
most.
like Matt Houston or something.
Charlie Huston.
Charlie Houston. I got the last name right.
Yeah.
And I
But-
will say, my favorite part of the movie is Darren Aronofsky's like, I'm going to pay Laura Dern to say the F-bomb for 30 seconds. And that's her whole screen time.
I shit.
That's it.
We shit you not.
Power moves.
Laura Dern is in one scene and one scene only
One
on
word.
camera anyways. Like, there may have been some background noise in like the first couple scenes where it might have been her, but like you can't really tell.
Was that actually her on the phone?
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
know.
trying to
We don't
That's
know.
what I'm trying to figure out.
Is Laura Dern the mother in this movie? The question's answered. Someone in the comments can tell us.
That's true.
I'm sure they'll
I
correct
feel like
us.
we answered our own question and they'll call us dumbasses. For
Yeah, no,
answering
they
our
always
own
correct us in
questions.
the reviews. That's the fun of it.
Well, when they
correct me.
Well, when they actually
correctly.
no, trust me, they're gonna correct me a hell of a lot more in this one.
It's okay. They can come for Josh. I got nothing to hide.
I don't know. For the first half of the movie, when he starts making mistakes, I did kind of forget that it was an Aronofsky film where I'm just sitting there going, am I supposed to like this guy? Because he does a really... There are scenes where he actually does call the police and gives completely honest answers in this really random scene where it goes back and forth from a regular interrogation where the cop is trying to fuck around with him. And then out of the blue, she just flat out admits twice that she's fucking around with him. Like, worst cop ever. Like, Regina King is the head detective in this, and Regina King's a great actress, don't get me wrong, but I have no idea what kind of performance Aronofsky was telling her to do, because there are certain moments in this, even when, long story short, she tries to put up a facade with people, that she does a really lousy job and drops her guard numerous times by being so blunt and direct the way that a cop in her position never would do. I know from experience having, like, family on the force, but that kind of... See, I thought the first half was a lot of tell, don't show, and then in the second half where someone you expected to have a happy ending turns up dead, which... That's the one twist I couldn't have predicted, because in
Spoiler
any
alert,
other
it's
script...
not Laura Dern.
You didn't spoil it, I'll give you that. But I was kind of wondering if this was either too much exposition or not enough backstory, because the backstory in this is so simple.
Well, that's what makes it effective.
Yeah, but at the same time...
Because you've got your
I
character.
already knew what... But I already
You know who he is. You know what he's trying to do. You know what he wants. He's none of the of that. And then his character grows from there.
I'm starting to wonder if there were a lot of scenes where I didn't feel like they were progressing. Like, they were kind of lingering on what we already know is going to happen a little too much.
First half is character development, so when we get to the action, we care about the characters.
Well, I mean, by the time the second half kicks around and there is a lot more action, which is solidly done. There's no shaky cam, no quick cut editing, no CGI. There are car crashes, a really fun street race where Butler does a lot of, not necessarily parkour tricks, but stuff that a baseball player, because part of the backstory without getting into specifics is he used to be a baseball player, are really effective. You can tell it's Butler doing his own stunts. All of the car crashes, explosions, and gunfire all use squibs and practical effects, which I don't know if this is a big studio film or an indie production, but the money was well spent, and the effort really goes to show.
The dialogue is mastered really well. The music's too loud, but that's every music. And the color grading, and like on a technical scale, this is a very good technical film.
I'm glad you mentioned the sound, because I don't know if it's the theater or just sound editing in particular, but every time I edit a movie review for Dark Hour, he always points out that the audio of the music and the dialogue is just completely out of whack, and
it's really hard to balance.
What the fuck happened to sound mixing these days?
That's a good question. They have a section at the Oscars.
That's one of the more questionable categories.
I do also want to mention, I'm not sure if either of you saw, but during the wedding, not getting spoilery, but during the wedding, there's this one background actor, just extra, just in like the front of the frame as it's like showing the entire wedding, and he's just giving it his fucking all, just like full committing to like dancing like crazy. It was
But that's what BG does.
I think I missed that one.
That's how you get noticed. You have to be the crazy person on set.
Oh, and it was incredible. I was laughing my fucking ass.
Someone's got to meme it. Whatever the kids are doing these days. I'm old. You guys are young.
You're like 2-3 years older than I am.
So the question is, Noah, would you stream it when you're bored? Would you buy it on Blu-ray, or would you just rent it? What would you do?
Okay, so
you got to watch it again. How are you seeing it again?
Okay, so for me personally, I probably, if I were to see it again, I would wait till streaming. However, that is just my personal taste.
No, that's okay. This is a review.
That's true. You know, I always forget that
you're allowed to have opinions.
Yeah.
Even on the internet.
I know, right? It's crazy. But for me personally, I would rewatch it again for streaming. Might see it with my dad at some point. I don't know. He might like it because it's actiony. Not my personal thing. However, good movie.
It was definitely a good movie, and I know it's taken me about 20 minutes to realize that maybe the first half waiting for the stuff that I came in for might have been the issue on this one. Because, like, one thing I will say about having a person or people in on this review is that you get to hear different outlooks on it, especially when we just got out of the theater, because I really thought I had my mind set on this one, where the first half I thought it had all the details that you mentioned, but the pacing just felt a little too drawn out.
Pacing was perfect.
I don't know. I still think there were a few too many times where the mobsters beat down, and you get beat down on Butler, and you get really repetitive scenes that you've seen in a bunch of other mob movies.
Rent, buy, or stream, Tyler.
This is my channel, eh?
I know, but we did it last time, and you didn't.
Although considering you took charge of this video so much that could change at any point, but
Or how do you rate it? I'm saying I'm glad it's on Blu-ray
I would
tomorrow.
probably stream this. Like the first half, it's a little bit of a chore to sit through, and the tone for this one is so off, because there is a scene where that twist in the middle where a character you think is going to make it all the way through dies. The next scene is this weird speech about black and white cookies that's supposed to be played up for laughs. And there are a ton of sequences like this where someone gets beat down or the shit gets kicked out of them. And then it'll do like one of the running gags involving the neighbor or something like that. Which...
Yeah, you can interpret that cookie speech in many ways, and that's the smartness of it. It trusts the audience to interpret it in its own way. It's a smart movie. That's what I like about it. It doesn't look down on you. It doesn't need voiceover to be like, here we are in New York City. It doesn't. It's a smart movie.
They do give a monologue about what the fuck's actually going on, but the fact that you can't understand Matt Smith half the time,
Matt Smith is in this movie?
You seriously didn't recognize him.
Who is Matt Smith in this movie?
Russ, the guy with the fucking mohawk.
Oh, now that I see his face, it makes sense.
In his defense, Matt Smith is all over the trailers, disappears for half the fucking film. Like a half hour goes by where I forgot he was even that important, which is weird because it's his fault that everything that happens in this movie is going on. Is that the one thing you won't disagree with me on?
Well, that's the disillusionment of it. You're going through the character's eyes, and he doesn't quite understand it as we go along, and that's the joy of this, because it's all perspective-based from the main character.
I get
entirely through the entire thing, even the action sequences. Everything is what the character would see, and that's the genius of this. It has a style, it sticks to it, it's a smart script with great performances, a few confusing moments, but a brilliant, brilliant film overall. It starts with a strong script, great technical, brilliant directing.
Also, when he's chasing down someone that I won't say who, but he's chasing them down, and Austin Butler, and there's the dog barking in the direction of where the person went. That worked really well for me because
Smart.
Yeah.
And the camera pan where there's that empty space.
Yes.
And right, I can see sitting and watching this again, because I already put it on my Amazon or whatever wish list to pick it up.
No, you haven't.
Because I liked it. Well, that's why I turned on my phone.
Whatever.
Go to Amazon.
Yeah, just get on with the rest of your point.
It's going to work well on rewatch. There's more to see. There's layers. It's a smart movie.
Yeah, you know what? I might have to... Filming this makes me realize that I'll probably have to watch it again on streaming when it comes out, just to, like, do a solid review of this one. Like, just consider this a vlog by this point. If any of you are seriously still watching at this point...
I'm glad you're still here. Thank you.
We all are.
Yay!
But, as I mentioned in the intro, there is another movie that we're here to see, and by the time this video comes out, our review for that, for Toxic Avenger... Why am I stuttering throughout this entire fucking
My favorite
thing?
is Toxic Avenger 4, Citizen Toxie.
I didn't even say what the movie was.
You said it. You said Toxic
You did
Avenger.
say Toxic Avenger. Also, with the #1 Trauma fan.
Number one.
Right there.
Bloodhook is my favorite. I said it. It's 2.5 hours of nothing, and people die by evil fish hooks.
So it's I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah.
But it's boring, and they have a bunch of boring conversations between. There is a dog.
Sorry.
We should wrap this thing up before it rambles.
I got ADHD.
I'm gonna jump into a vat of toxic waste to repent for how bad I was in my own review, so...
You were great.
I mean, we were talking about the asbestos in the
Confidence.
theater earlier.
What's that?
We were talking about the asbestos in the theater earlier and how you should thrive off it.
Yes.
Have it become your food
Breathe
source.
it in.
I'm pretty sure this is proof that asbestos exposure is gonna fuck me up.
But it tastes good.
What does it taste like?
Asbestos.
Never had it. What's the flavor? Is it like a peppermint pellet?
It's if you
It's the toy cars you shoved in your mouth when you were free.
Ooh, I love toy
It's-
car flavor.
Those are good.
They were tasty. The paint had the red ones are best.
They got you high too. That was
Did
nice.
they?
A
Maybe
bit.
that's explains a lot as a child.
Guys, thanks as always for watching this incredibly huge waste of time.
No.
Let us know in the comments below what you thought of Caught Stealing or our own incoherent bullshit by this point. If you haven't checked out our Toxic Avenger review yet, definitely go see it. I have no idea what the fuck we're going to think of it. but
No clue what.
high hopes. Absolutely high hopes. Be sure to like and subscribe. Check me out on Patreon and buy me a coffee. And I'll see you in the next review. These guys, maybe. Take care.